afraid not. I can just see Sabbath. Which is a pity because, gosh, I'm looking forward to you. Good look, that gorgeous mane of yours.
Share screen. Let me see. Hold on. The host has asked you to start your video. Start my video. There we go.
We've both got headwear on this morning.
See, and we put a man on the moon. There you go. That's how you do it, man. Teamwork.
Oh, man, I knew I wasn't going to need much coffee for you. How you doing, brother?
Touching one button. Who knew I was going to be on the dark side of the moon, bro? You never know.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Just sitting here hanging out, having some Odin Force, talking to you, brother.
That's it. It's just gone 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. here.
Good, very good.
All is good. Now, are you at home? Where do you live in LA or?
Oh yeah, I got the pizza oven going on. That's where we make the guitars, right there. You know what I mean? I can make you a steak. I can make you a pizza. I can make you a barbarian, a heathen. I can make you a Viking bee, whatever you need. There you go.
Bloody hell. Oh, I can see why Ozzy likes you.
Exactly, man.
Mate, I just watched the video, the new music video. It's a bit tame. Can you make something violent next time?
Which one was that? The End of Days?
There was the one at school prom. Was it Set You Free?
Oh yeah, Set You Free. Yeah, that was actually, we reenacted we recreated my high school prom from 1985. That's what that is.
Yeah. Was it common for nuts to get ripped off
Yeah, that actually happened, and the bath salts as well. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. We drink bath salts on a daily basis. Weekend.
As someone who, look, 85 was the year I was born. I'm a bit of a young pup. So look, where this whole, looking back on movies and that at the time, the whole spiking of the punch thing, wasn't it blatantly obvious when someone, like, was it a subtle thing when someone was trying to slip whiskey in there, or did you ever see it happen?
Yeah, I think that's like every high school prom goes that way. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to like spike it. I think so, without a doubt. But I mean, like, why bother spiking? I would just keep it to myself. You know?
Who were they?
Keep the bottle to yourself and then share it with your friends, man. I don't know.
It's like that DARE program that you guys.
And this way you can give gonorrhea and syphilis and herpes to your personal friends that you want, not to everybody. Just the people you feel are really important and worthy of it. You know what I'm saying?
Sharing is in fact caring, and it is the season for giving.
It is, but you want to share with the ones you love most. You know what I'm saying?
It's the gift that keeps on giving. What can you tell me about Doom Crewing, mate? How long were you working on it?
Well, no, I mean, pretty much just like every other Black Label album. I mean, we've done albums before where we go in the studio with zero ideas, and once you get in there, you get inspired when you get in, and everything sounds great, and you're ready to do this. So, I just, my wife was just like, maybe you guys should start working on another record, after during this COVID period or whatever. I was like, all right, no problem. She was like, I go, how one of the guys going to come out to the Vatican? She goes, well, probably in about a month. I go, all right, well, I got a month to write a record. So, I go out into my gym every day, and I got an amp out there, and I just start writing riffs. I have a cup of Odin Force blend and just start writing until you get something you're happy with. So, I mean, the way I look at it, me and you were digging for skeleton bones, and we have a 2-mile radius. We know they're out here. It's just a matter of us finding them. You know what I mean? And it's not a matter of if we're going to find them. We're definitely going to find them. But are we going to find them today, tomorrow, the day after? Who knows? But you don't start getting pressed or start gripping. If we don't find anything today, we'll find them tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
And
hold on. Snake's going on over here. Hold on.
We'll go do it.
I'm cooking them up right here. So here we go.
Oh, look out.
Oh, yeah.
You're such a Viking.
Gotta get the protein in, man, for the riff writing. But
very important. Oh.
There you go, man. There you go. The pythons. But yeah, no, so I mean, it was just, and then the guys came out. I mean, everything was actually written before, and recorded before the guys even came out. I doubled the guitars. I mean, everything that you're hearing on that record. And then when the guys came out, Jeff would just listen to it. you know, the arrangement of the song, whether it's Set You Free or whatever, and you go, all right, here, we're all coming in on one. All right, great. And then what's this part here? This is the pre-chorus. Then we go to the chorus. Here's the guitar solo. And then here's where we end it. Where it's like, all right, Jeff would just play air drums to it a couple times, and he'd go, all right, let me go track this thing. Next thing you know, Jeff would play it like 2 or 3 times, and done. Next song. You know, so that's pretty much how that's the whole process went like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff was done in a couple of days. He was done with everything. You know, so and then JD put his magic on the thing, you know, he put his bass on there, and then after that, the guys would go home. I'd end up tracking vocals, and then JD would come back, and then we start mixing the record.
Nice. And then
Done.
Yes.
And then we start making some serious videos.
Yes.
About our feelings.
I hate the fact that I'm asking you this right after we've just laughed, but it's important, and I want to kind of get there before we, before we build the vibe back up. So if I may get serious for a second, the El Rosso Villa, where Dime was killed, was demolished recently. I don't know if did you see that? They've demolished.
Wait, what's that?
The El Rosso Villa, the nightclub where Dime was shot, was recently demolished, and it's being turned into affordable housing. I don't know. Did you?
Oh no, I just saw that, and it was actually before I posted on Dime's anniversary of when we lost him. It was just somebody had showed me a thing, and I guess it was the day before on the 7th they actually demolished the building.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, yeah, crazy.
How did you feel about that? Like, was it weird for you that they kept playing shows there?
Yeah, I guess it would be. I mean, I saw something where somebody was just like, I just feel weird even playing here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. Because it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a bizarre thing, because you're sitting on that stage, and that's where Dime lost his life. Several people lost their lives that day. So yeah, I would think it's kind of like a weird thing. You know what I mean? I agree. So, totally, man.
Would you have ever played there if someone asked you to?
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think you want it. You know what I mean? Because it's just a weird thing. Just play at another venue. I agree. You know what I mean? Every time I think when we were in Ohio, we never played there. It was just always other venues. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I agree with you. It's kind of a weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing. You don't want to. It's yeah. That's when I think of Dime. I don't think about that. I think about all the amazing, awesome times. You know what I mean? And all the ridiculous comedy, man. So.
His music, like you would hear this all the fucking time, but mate, Pantera were like literally ruined me for all other bands. They were the first heavy metal band I ever heard when I was about 10 years old, and heard Primal Concrete Sledge for the first time. I'd never heard guitars, and I was just, that was it for me, man. I was
without a doubt.
I was done.
I think Dime's legacy is pretty much right there with with Tony Iommi, in regard that they started a genre of music, because all the bands in that genre of extreme metal are compared to Pantera. I mean, it's just that's the benchmark. You know what I mean? Just like all heavy rock bands. I mean, it's that play heavy dark riffs. It's Black Sabbath is the benchmark for that style of music. You know what I mean? The same thing with Pantera. Everybody's in that genre of music is compared. They created that whole, groove metal, power metal, whatever you want to call it. I mean, but it's just, they set the benchmark for sure.
It must be a trip to go on. Can't burn the meat.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Can't burn the meat.
Can't burn them, but go ahead.
It must be a trip to create a genre. You know what I mean? Like Napalm Death, Meshuggah, Motorhead. Imagine being these watching.
Totally. I mean, that's what I always say with Dime. I mean, it's not just because he was, technically play amazing and, play fast, and he had command over the instrument. It's what they wrote. You know what I mean? So yeah, true. Without a doubt. So I think that's what Dime's legacy. I would compare it more with Tony Iommi in that regard of creating a whole genre of music. You know?
Random question that my wife and I came about with thinking about Pantera. Do you think if Dime was still alive, he would have had kids?
Um, I don't know. Well, I think he would have made a great dad anyway, just because he was a caring, loving, compassionate guy. So I mean, but yeah, so is Rita too. So, but yeah, I think Dime and Rita would have been, yeah, awesome parents, without a doubt. So yeah, without a doubt, because they're just awesome people.
When Vinny was still alive, I remember the rumor mill was swirling around for ages. They kept trying to make a reunion happen with you on guitar. Was your heart ever into that, or was that not really something you're interested
Yeah, I
in?
mean, I guess it would be kind of like if Eric Clapton was going to go out with Noel and Mitch and sing and play Jimmy's stuff in tribute and honor of Jimmy. So I mean, that's the way I always approached it. You know what I mean? Because just the same way I play, St. Rhodes' stuff every night when I'm up there with Ozzy. It's the same way. You're celebrating his greatness. You know what I mean? And his legacy. So that's, to me, that's the way I always looked at it. You know,
How's Ozzy holding up with?
Ozzy, we have him he's still doing all his therapy, trying to get his, his bench, his squat, and his deadlift numbers back up to Ozzy standards before we put him back on the powerlifting platform. So that's the game plan right now. 2023, we put him back on a powerlifting Olympics event.
Do you ever wonder how the hell? Like, I remember reading the stories about one of my favorite tracks in 2020 was his track with Post Malone. That just amazing rock song, and the story of him going, "Oh shit, it's the cops. What do I do with this bowl of cocaine? Shit, hang on." How is he still alive?
I mean, Ozzy always says that too. Yeah, there's some severe genetics going on over there, man. But no, and the crazy thing is, all the years, like the years that when he was berserking, still like when I first joined the band, it was still insanity. I mean, we were still drinking all the time and everything like that. But no matter how high above the berserker radar we would go that evening, there was only one time we were in Japan, because I'd always have beer on me and stuff like that backstage. Like he was like, "Zakk, you got any cold ones?" I mean, like that. But he would never drink before he went on stage, no matter how banged up we got the night before, just to feel human, just to have like about 3 or 4 beers, just go, man, I feel good, just to get up there. Nothing. And he would always just wait till after the show.
So all his crazy performances and stuff, he was doing that relatively sober.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't have anything before he went on. Like he would, that was like his rule. I won't do anything before I go on. After I get off stage, then it's game on. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but never, it was only one time. I remember we were over in Japan and he was just like, oh, he was just like, "Zakk, you got it?" I go, yeah, here you go, boss. I remember this one time we got done doing the show. It was awesome. I remember mom, Mrs. O, she was Sharon and Mr. Udo. We just got done playing a Budokan or something like that. So I remember Oz came backstage, and like I said, I'd always have a backpack and I'd always have beer on me or something like that. So he just was like, "Look, you got any beers in there, right?" And I just go, "What are you trying to get us both fired?" You know what I mean? So because we were on double secret probation. So he was just like, "Oh, Zakk, I'll meet you in the bathroom." I was like, "All right." So I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom stall. All I hear is somebody come in the bathroom. Somebody goes in the bathroom stall right next to me. They shut the door. And it's Ozzy. He goes, "Okay, Zakk, I'm here." And I slide a Kieran or an Asahi right over to him. And all I hear is, he downs it in one, slides it back over to me. And he goes, "Thanks, Zakk. I'll see you at dinner." And that was it. I was just like, If people only knew what was going on in this bathroom right now. Amazing. The legend, the Prince of Daphnis. And then he's got to ask me if he can get a beer because in case he gets in trouble and gets called down to the principal's office.
It's so rock and roll.
Oh
What,
my God. Hilarious, man.
mate, those early days with the parties on the road and stuff, what were the worst? I really shudder to think what the hotel staff would have thought when they realized, oh shit, we've got Ozzy booked.
Well, I
Like,
mean, there was only one time that it got silly where, Ozzy said it. He goes, man, of all the years, Zakk, I've never thrown a TV out the window. And I remember we were in Prague or something like that. And I remember he we ripped the TV. It was bolted down to the entertainment center. Ripped that out, and I'm holding the TV. Ozzy opens up the windows, and I was like, "For the love of all things sacred and all things holy in rock and roll, just make sure there's nobody down there when we throw this thing out." So just being a bunch of responsible morons, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, the coast was clear, and I launched this thing out of the room. But I remember, I think that set Ozzy back about 50 grand, and it set me back about 10 grand or 15 grand or something like that. Because they had to replace the TV. They couldn't rent the room out for like 30, 40 days, something like that, because they had to fix the room, the TV, the window, whatever. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the look on Ozzy's face, and even though it cost us set us back about 50 grand or something like that, it was just like it was pretty priceless. But I definitely think, I would tell kids to use that 10 grand or 15 grand for equipment or, amps or guitars or whatever it is you want to buy. You're probably better off doing that. But yeah, we did it once. But I mean, no, aside of that, no, I don't recommend it. Nah, not good.
there's so many better ways to spend 15 grand.
Yeah, just,
In a situation like that, though, who gets yelled at? Would the hotel yell at you, or do you get yelled at through Sharon?
I don't think they were really yelling at anybody. As long as you guys pay for it, knock yourselves out, smash another TV. That'll cost you 100 grand,
You've been famous for your for always having a decent set of arms on you, and you're saying you play in your gym. What's your fitness routine like these days? How often do you hit the weights?
I hit it every day. I mean, put it this way. Like if we're in the sub and we got the weights in the sub, right after we get done doing the show, about an hour and 20 minutes of cardio up on stage. As soon as we get off stage, I get in the sub, change my clothes, and I'll start working out in the sub. I'll work out before I even, I don't, I'll just work out for an hour in the thing because we got weights in the sub. So I'll just, a bunch of dumbbells and stuff like that. I'll do arms, shoulders, calves, everything like that.
Good man. Do you get Aussie lifting weights much?
Yeah, like I told you, his powerlifting, his bench, his deadlift, and and his squat, man. So yeah. And his knees are kind of messed up, so I just got him a Mars bar. I got him some safety squat bars. He's good, because the shoulders are kind of banged up. I can't get him out there, so we got the safety squat bar on him. He's good. He's good to go.
Crazy thing is, man, I didn't grow up with Aussie's music. Grew up in Tasmania in Australia, so very kind of sheltered. So it was, Pantera, Corn, that was all kind of the stuff that I grew up with. My exposure to Ozzy and to you and to the rest of the extended family was the Ozzbournes, which came out when I was 16. And I genuinely used to watch that and wish that one day I would get whisked away and get to live with Jack and Kelly and whatnot, because it was just like this, this other world. And I remember him working out at one point with a shirt that said hippie killer. What was that like back in the day, having cameras following him around and stuff? Was it weird?
Well, no, I mean, the funny thing was Oz was like this. He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna do this TV show." Where I go, "Well, what is it?" I go, "Like a variety show where you come out and like the Sonny and Cher show, like you guys do a monologue and then you have these comedy skits and then a musical guest or whatever." And he was like, "No." I was like, "Well, what is it?" He just goes, they're just gonna have a camera follow me around. Like if I'm taking a dump or I'm taking a piss, I'm washing the dishes or what. He goes, who wants to watch this? He goes, give me a break, man. He goes, give it about a week. This thing will be off the air. Next thing you know, 4 years later, he's still doing a show.
Yeah, man. It was.
No, he thought it was going to be a joke. He was like, who wants to watch this? He was like, what is this? What, you're going to just follow me around? It was like, he's like, what kind of show is this? This is like ridiculous. No one's going to want to watch this. And next thing you know, 4 years later, it's just gigantic, you know? So, but Oz said the best was this. Like he goes, I never realized the power of television until I met this one woman one day. He goes, Oz goes, she was like my age. And she goes, oh, you know, me and my kids watch your show. And oh my God, we love the show. You're just so funny. And we love your wife. She's so funny. And the show's so awesome. We just love it. And he goes, my kids just told me, though, that you also do music. I didn't know that. He goes, wow. He goes, Ozzy goes, then it dawned on him. Like, wow, she knows me as a guy on TV. She doesn't even know I do music. Not Black Sabbath, not Randy Rhoads, not Jake, nothing. Didn't know anything about him. Didn't even know he did music.
Isn't that nuts?
She goes, but I enjoy all your porn movies. I think you're amazing in porn. Yeah, yes. Well, thank you very much. So, you know, but anyway, so you got to make money some way. You know what I mean?
Wait, look, OnlyFans.
The music business isn't what it used to be. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Would you consider an OnlyFans for, you know, to supplement your income a bit, or?
You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's all about the art. And as long as you can still play guitar, who cares? But I mean, that's why I'm going out into the crowd to take drink orders. You know what I mean? I just, you know, serve people. You hope everyone gets a couple tips here and there. You know, it is what it is.
My understanding is you got, because of blood clots, you actually stopped drinking. I remember reading this in Metal Hammer back in the day that you stopped drinking around 2009. Is that still the case?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, but the doctor, he was just like, Zakk, I got to be honest with you. He goes, I said, well, what happened? I said, do I got to chill out on the drinking? He goes, well, Zakk, he goes, I mean, it was actually pretty funny. He just goes, because my wife at that, the barbarian was just like, he's got to stop drinking sooner or later. You know, the berserker's got to stop. Like, this has got to end at some point. So I figured we'd be drinking, you know, there's me and you, all of us drinking until we're coast right into our 60s or 70s. And who cares? Why are we going to stop? So the next thing you know, he just goes, Zakk, do your parents have this genetically? And I go, well, I wouldn't know. You know, both my parents are up in God's Tavern. I don't know. He goes, well, I don't know how to say this, but as a doctor, all your years of heavy drinking, by thinning your blood, may have saved your life. I go, see, drinking is good for something. You know, yeah. See, there was no laughter coming out of the peanut gallery over there on that one. But I mean, the doctor, but he told me, he goes, Zakk, I got to be honest with you, you're 42 years old right now. He goes, if you keep drinking the way you tell me you drink on a daily basis and rolling with the berserkers, and if you drink like this, I'm just telling you right now, by looking at your liver count and your pancreas count, your enzymes, before you're 45, you'll have to have like a liver transplant. And I was just like, wow, that sucks. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, and your pancreas isn't too far behind. The guys either die on the table or they don't leave here. Or you have door number 3, where you could listen to your Led Zeppelin records and talk about how awesome Jimmy Page is and fist your prostate and, you know, hang out with your wife and your kids and your buddies and your dogs. And I go, well, I definitely love Led Zeppelin and I love Jimmy Page, and definitely fisting my prostate to make sure I'm, you know, I have a clean bill of health. And then, you know, and then hanging out with my wife, the dogs, the kids, you know, everybody. I go, I think I'll take door number 3. So yeah, I've been behind door number 3, you know, and getting my clean bill of health, checking my prostate on a daily basis. So that's about it. So Yeah, so I haven't had a drink since 2009. So that was it, man.
The reason I bring this up is because I am in March this year. I will actually be 4 years sober. Yeah, I was a really bad alcoholic, so it's been the best change I've ever made in
Well, you
terms.
weren't a really bad at. You were just having a little too much fun. That's all.
Well, true. I'm allergic to alcohol. I break out in handcuffs. My question is, like, did it get? I feel like it was easier around the 2 year, 3 year mark than it is now, because now all I've got is this little voice in the back of my head going, you could probably have a couple, even though I know damn well that's not how this works.
No,
How did you struggle with it?
I never. I don't have any problems with it. I mean, put it this way: like I have no problems talking about all the comedy and all the friggin' hilarity. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed that nobody got hurt bad and nothing bad like that happened. You know what I mean? For all of us. You know what I mean? I'm just saying because I wasn't the only one that was drinking back when we were all rolling during the Animal House years and the Berserkers. Early Black Label, it was everybody. The Doom Crew Incorporated, the band. I mean, everybody. It was comedy. So, but no, I just look at it like that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of like going to high school. You know what I mean? Like going, yeah, it was amazing. We had a great time and everything, but like that was then. I remember one of my friends was just like, man, I bet, don't you wish you were 21 again or 22? And I go, no, when I was 21 and 20, it was awesome. But it's awesome now. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like no, I just look back on it and just think it was hilarious. But I mean, I don't have any, I never go, man, I wish I could have another drink. No, you know what I mean? It's just almost kind of like if me and you used to play rugby or whatever, and we won a couple championships together when we played, had a Hall of Fame career. Then we coached the team. Now me and you were team owners. Like, it's like, man, don't you wish you guys who were playing? I go, no, we like winning championships now as owners. Because me and you were involved in the trades, the drafts, the way the field is, the grass is cut down to everything. So, now it just shifted over to another thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You might like to hear this. I don't know. I'm actually in the military, and Black Label is quite popular in the Australian Armed Forces.
Very cool. Well, we always support the military, man, for sure. Well, my dad was a World War II vet, D-Day, Omaha Beach, the whole 9 yards.
That's it, really?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, wow. He survived Omaha.
Oh, yeah, totally. He was there.
Jesus. I remember you saying that you were talking about you were beyond terrified of your dad. Like, he's one of the few people who you're afraid of.
Nah, well, but my dad was awesome, man. I mean, he was just, I actually both my mother and my father were awesome, in regards to when I played sports, they supported me. And like I do the same thing with my kids. Whatever they have passion for and whatever they love, you support them. Just as long as it's not like stealing cars, robbing banks. You know what I mean? So jail. All my kids know, like jail, it really isn't good when you're considering world domination. I mean, it kind of gets in the way. So but no, my parents were great in that regard. They supported, when they noticed when I was playing guitar all the time, they knew I had passion for that. They were like, good, go for it.
Awesome, man. Hey, thank you very much for your time today, man. Do you have you doing Christmas at your place this year, or are you
Yeah, without a doubt. We're getting Santa. We'll get the house all ready for Santa. He's getting ready to come in, man. Sabatini's, he's all ready, bro. He's ready.
Have you ever dressed up as Santa with the beard?
No, but the best was these when I brought Sabbath to school one day, dropped them off. All the kids go, "Oh my God, Santa! Are you Santa Claus?" I was like, "Yes, I am." And I just want to let you guys know I'm very proud of you. You're all doing good. I'm probably going to come see you guys this year. Make sure you behave yourselves and you're nice to your mom and dad and you're nice to people. And they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll be nice." So it was great. Yeah, without a doubt, totally.
Awesome. Zakk, man, thank you so much for your time today, mate. Congratulations on Doom Crew.
I appreciate it, brother.
Mate, I hope to one day see you in Australia.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be down there, man. So, thanks for your service, brother. And tell the rest of the gang we said thanks. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, my brother.
You too, man. All right, man. Be good to yourself.
Bye, buddy.
See ya.